and Elevation Radio.
God bless you. This is Elevation Radio 1, and I'm your host, Pastor Steve, the Music Man Turner, and we thank you for taking the journey with us. This is the program that spotlights positive people doing positive work while serving a positive God whose name is Jesus, and when you say that name, miracles happen. Yeah. And so our subject matter today is, I'm a little crazy today, is are you ready to die? Are you ready to die for Jesus? Good God Almighty. Moments of meditation with Ramona Moore. Moments of meditation with Ramona Moore. And so while watching Pat Robertson of CBN, they spoke of some unbelievable issues. Democratic senators, over 30 of them, trying to take away the president's power to launch nuclear codes. The attempt to pass the Equality Act, which is basically giving rights to the lbgtq, sometimes why, tying hard-fought civil rights gains in Black History Month to immoral, deviant, perverted sexual preferences of lbgtq. It is, I said it. If successful, they stated the foundations of faith institutions would be demolished. Another pastor was censored for doing a program about pro-life, but the baby killers cried, and he was forced to shut down his TV ministry. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 8 and 9, written by Apostle Paul, talks about those in ministry being hunted, troubled, persecuted, and facing death daily. Today we will talk with the one of God's warriors, minister and gospel recording artist, Ramona Moore. But before we do that, hold on to your hats. Listen, you need to call in at 1914-205-5353, 1914-205-5353. I want to go to the most beautiful part of this program to speak to the lovely Queen, Lady Leora. Yeah. Let's go.
Amen. Praise God. We are troubled on every side, but not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed.
I like that. I like that. Something to think about. Matter of fact, it reads a little further. Always bring about in the Jesus. The life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our body. And if I had to do it again, it says we are pressed on every side by troubles, but not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. Through offering our bodies, continue to share in the death of Jesus so that the life of Jesus may also be seen in our bodies. If you had to take an examination of our bodies, you would be surprised about all the stuff you wonder, how in the world can we do this program? But thanks be to God, miracles happen. Let's go right into an interview with the great Professor Ramona Moore, gospel artist. Welcome to the program. How are you today?
I'm doing good. You called me a professor. Okay. I'm doing good.
I give titles to the worthy. So the question when I asked today, God bless you. God bless you. You're a role model. The question when I asked you today is, who is Ramona Moore?
Oh, wow. Ramona Moore has expanded from being I'm a mother. I'm a singer, a gospel singer. I love God. I ministered to different places in my life. I'm a woman that loves God. I truly love God. I put him first in everything that I do. I trust him. I believe in him. So anything that I do, I ask him. I console God and let him know what I want to do, that he make it happen. So I'm gonna put it all on God. I'm a woman of God, and I love him. And I have two beautiful adult children, which they have given me two grandbabies, which are twins, boys.
Mm.
And we're all from Louisiana. So, yeah, I'm excited about that.
Okay. Louisiana, that's down there at where Popeyes is.
Oh, yeah, Popeyes. Yeah, Louisiana. We need eat a lot of Popeyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife does too. Just had to fight her to get her out of Popeyes the other day. Mm-hmm.
No.
That's the story. I'm sticking to it. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. So,
don't forget the
oh yeah, yes, Lord. I'll tell you about that. Well, I was going to say I was working for the government, and somebody went over to a mall over there, and so I was trying to figure out what to eat with one of my buddies. And I saw someone say Popeyes. What the heck is a Popeye? So I got the chicken and the biscuits. This was back in the 80s, early 80s. And so I actually made myself late going back to the government law enforcement building. I sat on the steps, ate the chicken, smacked my lips, and then the biscuit was already saturated with butter, and I ate it all. And the man said, "Come on back, you're gonna be late." I'm like, "I don't care. I'm just doing it right now." Let me get the program into another tangent. And so, let's see here. So, how long have you been in music?
I've been in music basically all my life. Ever since I was in the choir as a child. I used to sing in the choir. I was fearful of singing at first. I would cry, and they would put me out there. So I was kind of like in the background. My mom sung a lot. And my sister, and I would really be in the background singing. I wouldn't come forth to sing a lot until, God moved me forth. So I've been in this maybe, it's been a long time, maybe 23 years. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in the gospel music. I've been singing. I've sung with some good people.
Oh, just drop some names now. Drop some names. Who you been with?
Well, sometimes I wouldn't say, for beginning, I wouldn't say. And I have sang with, I've opened up for H-Town. I've opened up for a group called Silk. I've sang with Miss Erica Badu, actually, in a church. Yeah. We've sung together in a church at Holy Ground Church of God in Christ in Winfield, Louisiana. We were together at Grambling University, and she came and sang. My cousin wrote us a song, and my life changed. My life completely changed. I thank God for it. And she moved on, and then later on, I opened up for different little small groups, did a lot of talent shows and things like that. It's a few names, I would say. I entered in the MC Hammer with she picked me to do a little showcase for her thing. So I've done a few things. I'm gonna be humble about that. I've done a few.
So you got some experiences, I see.
Yeah, but then when we went to gospel, I opened up for John P. Key.
Wait, hold a second. Stop right there. Say the name again. Okay, that's I ring the bell because that's my favorite gospel artist of all times. I tell you, there's nobody can do those voices better. Write the music, the instrumentation is just bad. Yeah, if you hang with John P. Key, you all right with me. Matter of fact, I got your name.
Well, that was years ago.
That's okay.
He's awesome. Very talented. We've been to his workshop. We stayed there a week. We've opened up for Ben Tankard.
Wow. Not Ben Tankard, the legend. Yeah.
Yeah, right there in Shreveport, Louisiana. Paula White.
Who?
Yeah.
Paula White. Okay.
Paula White. Yeah, so we've done things, and I thank God for those opportunities,
Yeah, I tell you. Well, you are credentialized then, okay, huh?
I don't see it like that, but
well, we do. Wait a second. Let me grab my gavel. The Judge Turner, Music Man, says you're credentialized. God bless you. What do you say about that, Queen?
Oh.
What do you say, Queen? Okay, wait a minute. That's awesome. That's right. The Queen says awesome.
Yes.
We sure do.
Right.
If the Queen says awesome, that's what it is.
Amen. Amen. That's right.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
Get the first word.
Yes, indeed. Sometimes
Thank you.
So let me go to one of your songs here. It's called "Lay Your Hand," and let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Oh my goodness! Wow! Oh. Woo! All right. I feel the Shekinah glory of God moving rapidly.
Yeah, I wish you would have played out.
That sounded like you were going through some stuff right there. Yes, indeed. Let me ask let me ask the Queen a question here. Queen, what do you think about that presentation?
Well, by listening to it, that's all we need. Is just ask God to lay your hands on me. Those 5 words, lay your hands on me. And that's
all
enough.
right. Okay, don't start preaching now. You got to stir it up.
That's okay.
That's the preacher.
When you get time, just listen to that last part of it. The last part of it when you got the time.
You tell me I got Tell me I did something wrong. I didn't play it all the way through. Okay, well, I was giving a snippet. I see you. I got you. So when you sound like you were actually really 110 and 20% inside of that song. What were you thinking about when you were singing it? When you wrote it?
Both of the songs that I have, that song particularly, is really prophetically was given. I don't actually just write. I have to hear and pray and read about stuff. And then that was when my cousin died and my daddy died. And in the back of the car, I started writing. I just started singing. Da-da-da-da-da. It just started coming to me. And from all the stuff that went on with my body and situations around me, I put everything that I have on the inside. I try to put it all into what I do so they can reach somebody, so it may touch somebody. That's the main goal, is to reach some people and to encourage them that God, that's His purpose. He's going to lay His hand on you. We just got to cry out to Him. And I believe in crying out when I'm singing. And I'm not bragging. It's just I lose myself in the studio. I try not. Sometimes they say, well, let's choreograph. I can't choreograph a song. It just has to come out as God give it to me. And lay your hand. It took so long to get that out. I had so many battles to try to get that in the studio, to try to get it real. And, we're trying to do the video of it right now. And I knew what the enemy trying to block me out with the heel, with the heel with the accident on my foot, because we're doing the video now. But we have to wait a few days. And that song means a lot, because death was all around me. My sister passed. It was just so much stuff going on. So much stuff with your body, physically. When I do stuff, I want to be led by God. I want Him to, that's how, you want God to lay your hand on. And by one touch from Him makes a difference.
Come on, preacher. I hear it in you. I hear it.
Yeah, even mentally. One touch mentally to your mind, your body, your soul. Just one touch from God changes. All you need is one touch. And, it was written for I want everybody to see it, because so many people died of COVID. And I see all of that is coming together with this song. And I said, Lord, when is the time? And He's giving me the time now to go ahead and do the video and get it out where people could see it. If I never become real famous or not, at least some people be able to hear it and be touched. That's the main goal.
Well,
and
your
that makes me feel better.
Yeah, your ministry will be, you'll be around a long time. You'll be helping people for quite some time. And that's great. Your words actually fit right into what this context of this program for today. And so the scripture that has been picked out, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 8 through 9, consists of Paul defending his legitimacy as an apostle. Some folk always challenge you. You're placing God. Do you really have the authority to do what you do? Who do you think you really are? Who do you think you are making a gospel record? And so it says here, what lengths are you willing to go through to contend for the faith? Because every time you have faith and you're trying to demonstrate it and do the work of God, it's in faith, because you don't know where the money coming from. You don't know how it's going to happen. No record going to get out. And somebody's trying to take the faith from you.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. My wife, actually, before she got on this program today, had a call from someone she knew, and they asked, well, how are you going to do a program like this and you can't even talk? I said, you're trying to steal your faith, but you go forward anyway. You go forward anyway. Many times I sat behind this mic, sick as a dog, getting out the hospital, couldn't figure out how I could get up the steps to get to my studio, blinded, literally blinded. And I said, I don't know how it's going to happen, God, but you got me here. I'm going to make it up one step at a time. If I got to walk in darkness, feel around the wall until I get to the studio. And then you will help me do this program, because this is what you commissioned me to do. This is why you kept me alive, to do this work. And so don't be disheartened. It says we're surrounded by trouble or afflicted, which is a fancy word called impante, ENPANTI, impante. In every place, no matter where we go, we are sure to meet trouble. We must expect trouble every day, every hour, and every minute. The apostles were suffering for the gospel. Their suffering was great. And so the little things we go through, we wonder, really, could we handle what Paul went through, what Peter went through? These guys were martyred and eventually killed. And so the treatment is the fact that we will be tormented and eventually, in some cases, tortured, according to the dailyverse knowing.com. The fate of the apostles were condemned to die in the arena to be a spectacle for the whole universe. But God's grace, it says here, is helping them to stand firm in the faith. And so as we deal with issues, health issues and financial issues and issues in the community and folks hating you and where you live at or your neighbors or hating you in the apartment building for no reason at all. You wonder why do people try to pluck my nerves every day. I mean, I'm not doing anything to them. Right. But it's because of the mark of God on you, because you hold fast to God's unchanging hand, and that you, matter of fact, as you just said, I'm trying to get this video out to match the CD and take a tumble in the snow because he just don't want me to get to do what God want me to do. He's trying to hinder me, trying to block me. So how you going to overcome all that, Dr. Moore?
How can we overcome all that? Your faith. No faith is for the things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Your faith will overcome every obstacle. I've had to have faith. Matter of fact, when I was in the studio singing, I had to have faith for that song as well, because I was literally sick that day, and I had to take everything within me. I could hear God saying, gave me power in the middle of it. It's like a wind, a second wind came to me in there where I could just go ahead and flow. I do believe it's faith. I do believe for, and I'm going to say it again, you got to have that pit bull kind of faith. And the pit bulls, when they bite on something,
they don't let go.
It's hard. They don't let it go until they win. So that's the kind of faith we need in these last days. And these days we're going to have to have faith. We're going to have to stand, and we got to serve God with our mind. If our mind ain't together, you're going down. So we got to have everything lined up, aligned with the Word of God, everything. And I know we're not perfect in this journey. God knows I haven't been. But I do strive for perfection. I do believe in the plan of God and the will of God. Just like when Jesus was walking, he said, let this cup be passed from me. Hey, I said it the other day. But he said, but it's his will. It's not our will. It's God's will. So we have to flow with what God said. God didn't say a mumbling word when he walked. And I said, he didn't say one word when he was deformed and beat, where you couldn't even recognize who he was. But he still moved because he loved us. He still walked because he loved us. And every time I keep thinking about my complaints, I keep thinking about how he kept walking. And he kept walking, even though they hit him, even though they bit him, even though they spit on him. I mean, he kept going.
Watch yourself, preacher.
So I said, who am I to say I can't go? I can't keep going. And then another nerve, I got his power. He gave us his power to endure the hardships. We have to endure like soldiers. So, hey, give me my corporal pen because I want to do what God says to do. I want to march this thing. We're in the battle of the Lord. I'm a soldier. That's for real. I used to hear the saints say, I'm a soldier in the battle of the Lord. In the battle of the Lord, I'm a soldier. I used to say,
all right now.
I understand now. I understand.
Well,
so we got to keep that faith. We got to keep it strong. We got to. That's by reading the Word of God.
All right.
You can't trust. You got to trust God. Well, let me stop.
I believe I woke the warrior up. So she starts singing her own songs. Queen, I mean, we hadn't had anything like this now.
No way.
I tell you. Okay. And so let it be known that Ramona Moore, a warrior, is in the house. All right. And so, matter of fact, it's a good time right now to take a commercial break. Commercial break. Okay. And so we want to talk that on March 20th, the Men's Center will have a marathon, a fundraising marathon. Their goal is $10,000. Why do they need it? To expand their building, a very small building, but they help a lot of families here in East Baltimore. And so Leon Purnell is the executive director, and the men, I believe it's Unifying Black Men, since we're talking about Black history, will be coordinating this. So they got men around the city putting their hands in. So on March 20th, wherever you are, ride, get over there some kind of way, scooter, skateboard, get over there with your Uber, Lyft, whatever. Walk in there, drive in there, and give your donation. And while you're in there on a Saturday, let's see, go to Sunday, and then go to church. Yes, church. I know the devil is trying to keep church closed for all the weak pastors who can't do it. But there are some strong pastors who have the faith of God and will refuse to let God's house be closed. And that is Pastor Ann Green at Divine Hand of God at 4801 Liberty Heights Avenue. Will have her church doors open. And you can go there at 11:30 and tell them that the Music Man sent you, Pastor Steve Turner. Okay? And they'll love you back to life. Good God Almighty. And so I just want to say also that you can get the 2 books, Stormproof, a collection of sermons help you through suffering, written by yours truly, and The Other Pulpit, Life Lessons of a Leader, that will help you overcome the issues of being a leader or in the development of being one. And so God bless you. You can email me at musicmanmedia58@gmail.com to get your hands on that. Let's go back to our interview. What I want to say is that God permits the difficulties. He permits dangers. And it says here, he permits sickness, anxieties, afflictions. And he also permits pain and persecution in order to perfect our faith in him. And I'm a living witness about that. So, have you been dealing with any issues along those lines that will perfect your faith in him? Because that's the choice you have.
All sickness is not unto death either. But, I'm currently on dialysis. I had got a kidney transplant before, and it's all in his plan as well. Instead of me just being on there complaining, I ministered to people on it. They've actually got off the machine. God actually healed them because of their belief in God. Everywhere we go, we have to witness, whether it's on dialysis or whether we're not on it. I mean, no matter where you're at, you need to witness. I mean, you don't have to be out there, I'm saved, but it'll show. and in your conversation, you could slide it up on them. And they pay attention. They really do. Because we're in their seat. And a lot of them, they'll say, why are you smiling? They want to know why you're smiling. So this way you can reach people without, just, it's how God will tell us how to do it. I can't really, it's just how he teaches us how to reach people. And it can be tiring. I'm not joyful. What do I say about the joy? With the smiling every day, but I know the joy that I do have keeps me alive and makes me where I don't want to die or give up. Because one time I wanted to give up. And then you have to have people around you that encourages you. Are those positive people around you?
Are there any positive people? God Almighty.
Yep. You have to have that support. But Dallas is very hard for the people that's only now today. But you can make it. You can live. You can get a transplant. I'm praying that God will start letting people will walk off of it. That's my vision. They'll start getting better, creating levels going where it should be, and they'll start getting up. I do believe that's going to happen. And he uses this for our faith, too. A lot of times he uses this for our faith, but it's okay. I just want to be this plain. If this for me to endure this, well, I'm going to have to endure it.
Lord have mercy. Matter of fact, there's some days of... I'm sorry.
Comfort to anybody that's on down. I give my encouragement to you because it can be overwhelming at times. It does affect your body. It does affect your bones. It does affect the way you feel. Like I said, we're not perfect. It does affect your decision making sometimes. It does affect the situation we're looking at life. Because you really, when you get out, you don't want to do nothing. You want to go lay down and go to sleep. But during my time, when I'm on the machine, I will pray. And some days I've gotten up where I say, I don't want to go. I'm not going up there. I'm tired. I don't want to go. I'm tired of going 3 days a week. Then I hear that small voice. I'm with you. And then I'll be like, oh. And then it's like a countdown. 1, 2, 3. Then I get up. And then I'm going to have a mistake. So when we get there, even when you're on the machine, just say a prayer. Before you get on it. And Lord, let this be a good day. Heal somebody on this machine. Even if you don't say heal yourself. Heal somebody, God. Let it move in there. Let me tell you what else you do. You pray and say even heal the workers in there. See, God. God, move on the workers and nurses. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Some of them need a revival.
Yeah, they do.
Totally.
Because they see stuff. We've lost a lot of people at one point, and they were close to me, so they see stuff too, and they try to battle it, and some of them don't know how. But just best thing to do is say a prayer before you go, and if you got to pray again while you're sitting there, because it can get uncomfortable sitting there.
It can be done, yeah. Well, I don't know how I can put this, but I compare going to dialysis, and I'm rather new at it. But I compare it as going to hell. You've got to go. I've seen people pass out. I've seen people EMTs being called, can't finish their treatment because they're passed out. I see people getting thin as water, dying in front of my eyes, and then I've seen people vomiting endlessly. Because they are being pulled too much out of them. And most of the clients are black. That's a whole other ballgame. And so the after effects are almost like a sledgehammer hit you sometime in your body. So you and if you don't go, I asked the doctor, well, what happens if I don't go? He said, well, I'm not sure how long you could last, 5 to 7 days. And then he got quiet. I said, are you saying that I would be dead after that time? He said, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to be in stage 4, and once you get to stage 4, that means that you're at the end of the rope. So we're facing death daily, and according to worthynews.com, it says that Christians are persecuted, or persecution is growing in the U.S. Censorship is growing by Facebook here, which I put a thing on Facebook about God, Christianity, or church, and eventually you'll be blocked. It doesn't fit in our community.
Yeah.
And according to Christian Solidarity, it says here that, or International, it says that there are more Christians dying in the 20th century because of their faith. Over 150,000 have been martyred, that means killed for their faith, last year.
Yeah, that's great.
Isolation. Yeah, isolation versus and discrimination. We're discriminated against, but they're worried about homosexuals being discriminated against. In Houston, Texas, the police had to drop that. Houston, Texas, the police ordered a woman to stop handing out tracts to kids who knocked on her door on Halloween, threatened to arrest her.
Wow.
Madison, Wisconsin, it says the Freedom from Religion Foundation gives literature to kids that they say you can be good without God. From the entertainment industry to the media groups, they can view Christians as hate groups. That's what it says here about, they call Christians brand fundamentalists. The FBI views Christians as hate groups, and the Clinton White House viewed us as terrorists. And so what's happening eventually is that you will not be allowed to speak in his name, to talk in his name, to sing in his name. And while we're doing that, and then I'll get back to you, I was watching a movie by Lee Daniels. It said Billie Holiday sang about something called strange fruit, talking about the lynching of black people on trees, hanging there as strange fruit. And so it says that the FBI terrorized her, planted plants in her life, married folk, and they were actually FBI agents. It was just terrible. And she got to the hospital sick and dying. They came in there with tapes and all that, trying to record her to get her to say that she didn't mean to sing strange fruit, and she wasn't going to ever sing it again, and blah 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 blah. And she looked at him. Well, it's just in the movie. Puffed on her cigarette and laughed at them and told them to get out of her room. And so to show the hatred, because they wanted her to deny her blackness. We're talking about the last bits of Black History Month, to deny her blackness. And people wanted you to deny your blackness. And black is beautiful, because we do black here on this program. Okay, people want you to deny God eventually. And so they hated her so much that they arrested her and charged her after she died. I want you to get that. Listeners, get that. She's a dead corpse now. Life has left her body. But to show the hatred of her defiance and blackness and strength and ability to stand her ground, they arrested her dead body. And that's what they want to do now to you. They want to chain you up, keep you locked down. Don't sing. Matter of fact, they told someone in the Bible, they told a group, where the songs you'd be singing at when you've been praying? They were locked up. They were in prison. Where are the songs that you normally have been singing? They said, how can we sing unless we're in our land? But I say sing to what God has told you to do. Preach and do what God told you to do until they pull you away. Deliver, rap, do whatever you got to do to promote God. If you got to dance in the street until they lock your butt up, you do what God says to give him glory. Lord have mercy. What do you think about that, Ramona Moore? You keep doing it.
You do whatever God tells you to do. I agree with you on that. Because if you don't, you want to get in trouble by God or by man. So
I worry about man. Trouble by God. The rocks be crying out. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, because my wife is a gangster, and so she's a gospel gangster. So she will continue.
No.
She would keep praising God no matter what. I've seen her in action. Okay.
Well,
You
that's
can't
awesome.
tell me I love Jesus. Matter of fact, when I want to say sometimes,
Okay, I
she'll be
need
out in
her
the street.
prayer for me.
Yeah. She's a prayer warrior. Got me at the hospital. When I see her, sometimes when I see people, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I should say anything. She'll just come right over my shoulder. Listen, let me ask you a question. And they're like, yeah, because she's real pretty. Yeah, well, what can I? Do you love Jesus? Jesus. I'm like, I put my hand on forehead like, oh, there she go. And if he says something contrary, like I don't know if I believe in Jesus. How can you not believe in Jesus? How'd you get here today? You can't even breathe without Jesus, baby. She say she's a fanatic. Exactly, that's what you got to be. You do it for the NFL, don't you?
You need.
You do it for the NFL, the baseball, WWE. Because I was watching on Friday.
Yeah.
And I was watching on Friday, and I watched the EBT, whatever she is, with the long ponytail, and Sasha Banks, and I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? So you got your T-shirts and merchandise. You do that, all that. You become fanatical about that. You stand out there with no shirt on, with paint the letters of the football team. You can do all that. Why can't you serve God?
That's right.
And as a matter of fact, don't be talking about me when we do what we do. Okay, if I got to turn my music up, crank it up, okay, and I want to sing my song, clap my hand. Don't be looking at me all strange. Get back.
Oh yeah, bump your music, like they do there. Yeah,
I know you do that, Ramona Moore. I know you're a gangster. I know you're.
Yeah. You bump that music, they like, oh, what's that? You know, they can tell the difference.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I thank you. And so, matter of fact, you had to be a gangster as a grandparent in your own home, because the grandkids be like, "Why are you playing that?" Because it's good for you. That's why I don't ask no question. Just sit down there and clap your hands.
Oh God.
Let them know. Get the house straight.
Yeah.
Train them up. That's part of training. Training now has to be aggressive. Yeah. Why can't we? Why can't we watch?
My boys are two. Grand twins are 2 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And they have to learn now. Yeah.
And so I'm sure they hear you singing in the house. What you singing, Grandma? A gospel song. Gospel. You still singing that?
They listen.
Exactly.
They actually listen to me. Yeah.
That's because they love you.
They just stare at you a little bit, and then they go to playing again.
It's a clippy. Well, I tell you. Well, that's my wife does all that kind of stuff too. She was talking to her granddaughter in the womb and talking to her, and then when she came out, talking to her and singing songs and teaching her the Bible, and they got to train them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, train them to do everything else wrong. Not you, of course. I'm talking about other people. Kids smoking cigarettes and drink beer and alcohol is on TV, trying to smoke joints and all that because the mother passed the joint from her mouth to her. Yeah, but you can do all that stuff. God's gonna hold you accountable. Don't mess with the kids. Get your life together. What kind of mess is that? You need to look at yourself and get your butt in church. If you can't find a church to get into, matter of fact, call us at 1-855-393-3232. We'll pray for you because you need prayer. You mess with children.
Yes,
you need prayer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Train up a new generation in faith. How about that, mother?
Right.
Single fathers, you can do it.
Right.
Yeah. And I know they can't use phones in prison. I don't know if this program goes as far there, but if you like Ramona Moore's music, you ought to be tap on the table, kick the chair, do something. Let them know. Write me a letter. Say, hey man, write me a letter and say, I can, you'll be a guy, from 10 years to 20. I can know he's kind of tough guy, like Ramona Moore.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's no problem.
Okay.
No trouble.
Oh.
You know, Ramona Moore is from Louisiana, and so I believe that they praise God mightily down there. My wife's from Mississippi. How far is that from Louisiana?
Didn't know what part she's from. I would
Sunflower.
say about 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, she's from Sunflower, Mississippi.
I'm not sure about Sunflower.
Yeah, no, it's not even. It's not even on a map.
Okay.
If you satellite look down on Sunflower, Mississippi, you probably won't see it as a state. You just got one Walmart. Probably down there.
Oh.
I'm talking about her. So that's where she's
like
from.
Our Springfield. Small. We have one Walmart. We have a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
she left. And that's I can see her now. She's I'll get back to the interview. She's walking down the road, the sunny road, and her parents and friends say to her,
Jen, say to Leona, what you doing, girl? Get in this here truck and we go
to Walmart. Their whole idea of a big night out is going to Walmart.
Oh.
Walking
okay.
out. Yeah. I don't know if they had Walmart back in her day, but
we say we're going uptown.
Uptown.
Yeah.
I tell you,
I wouldn't know. I left there when I was 8 months old. I wouldn't know.
You're still Southern. You're still country though.
I was just born there.
She's still country though. She went up north to New York. But, yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. But she had on country ways, like to eat the big breasts and everything like that. You know how they do. Yeah. Oh, it's got to have that. Yeah. And so.
And they love the country women, don't they, Miss Turner?
Oh no, she didn't. No, she didn't. I was like, I got to report you because you were following a long path of other Donna Walton Gospel Network female recording artists like LaDonna Taylor and Stevenson and Foster, who were trying to challenge me. I rebuke it. How dare you?
He married one, Miss Turner. He married a beautiful woman.
Oh, she's still continuing.
From
Okay.
the country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see how you're going now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ramona Moore. Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you, this will be the last time you'll be on this program.
We love you, Pastor Paul.
I'll clap you down. Yeah, you talk about me. So
okay.
I got to report to Donna Walton what I'm dealing with. I thought when I first called you that you were her because y'all both had that slow Southern drawl.
Yeah. Yeah, we.
How you doing, bro? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I said, are you related to Donna Walton? He said no.
Yeah.
How you gonna fool me? I tell you.
Yeah, and I was a little tired too that day, so yeah. I had that drag.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, since you're from Louisiana, Ramona Moore, are you a good cook? Because I heard that most folk from Louisiana can cook.
I mean, I'm okay. There's so many here. My mom is a great cook. My aunt, they love to bake cakes. They always talk about food, different food. I mean, I can do it, but yeah, they cook really good here.
Oh, well, we should be talking to them.
Not everybody, but yeah.
Well, give my number here because my wife loves to eat. So
okay,
that'll give me a break.
She will love the dressing, the gumbo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, my wife loves to eat, and so I spend most of my budget actually feeding her.
Loves to eat.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I'm very serious.
Oh my God.
When I finished playing music at the Chechi, when they asked, she come up and asked, talk to me, and I'm like, did you enjoy the praise and worship? Did you enjoy the choir? I mean, how I played the Hammond B3? And she'll say, yeah, I enjoyed that. Listen, I'm hungry. I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? Yeah, well, I mean, I'm tired from playing.
What did you say? Feed me.
That's what she said. Like Seymour, like the Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me.
Oh my God! No way.
Oh my God!
And so I asked the church. I was playing for at the time years ago. I asked them for a called the stewardess of the church, or AME church. Can't mention the name because I get in trouble. And she wasn't too happy to hear from me. She said, "What?" When she realized and identified myself, she's like, "What? What do you want?" I said, "Oh, okay. Well, listen, I'm asking you if I can get a pay raise of $50." She said, "Pay raise? You're not even our main musician." I said, "Why should we do that for you?" I said, "Can I tell you a story?" She said, "Make it quick." I said, "Okay, hold on a second." I said, "Listen, when I finish playing the music, you see my wife, the well-dressed woman who comes to." She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, she asked me, about feeding her, and the woman can eat. So by the time I finish feeding her, and I spent $50 from what out of what you don't pay me, and I need $50 extra dollars so I can break out even, right?"
Oh my God!
She said,
too much.
She said, "Hold on a second. Here's the punchline." She said, "All right, you got it." I'm like, "Okay, well," she said. And I'm thinking because of my skill or because of my dexterity or something. And here's what she said: because we love her. I'm like, really? I mean, I didn't say anything to her until I had to put the phone down. I'm thinking like, well, her ain't playing nothing. Her ain't directing no choirs. Her ain't playing no Hammer B3, sweating at her. I said, what? I just it was a female pastor and a female stewardess board, and they just liked her and they looked at her as the queen, which she is, of course. But I'm like, okay. So I guess I went to a program years ago, and I because my wife's related to the late great Fannie Lou Hamer, and when they finally when she came into the big boardroom or whatever it was, ballroom, the people were, there she is, and so she waved her hand like Queen of England and walked up to the podium and started speaking. And all that. People were taking pictures of her in a room and all that. And finally, at some point, when they finished and she spoke and she walked away from the podium, people were clapping all over the room. And then the white announcer looked at her and said, I'm sorry, can I say that? Yeah, I can say it. It's Black History Month. And said, and now the husband of, the late great Fannie Lou Hamer, cousin. I'm thinking like, so I'm just like the husband, the driver. I drove her there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I feel a lot in this ministry, because people, they always tell me that are you giving the Queen enough to say? Are you giving the Queen enough recognition? I said, really? So I'm doing all the 90% of the work, but the Queen gets the glory. Okay, so and I have female artists like yourself always defending the Queen. The Queen didn't extend an invitation to you. So just want to let you know. Ring the bell. Okay. Anyway. So. Okay. So the music man needs some love over here too.
Okay.
All right. So I know she's pretty.
He got that.
Oh, I just want to say one more thing. When they put pictures of her on Facebook, I've had as many as 100 some people responding to her, looking at her picture, at least 40 to 100. And I put pictures up there, and they're like 5. I know. I may not be, all glamorous as the Queen, but like, my God, something ought to happen. Anyway, let me go back to this. So, how can people get your music if they need it?
That's the queen. The queen. So sad, that minute.
Say that again.
They could go to Lay Your Hand on Me is new, so I'm trying to do the video first before I do that. But Console My Soul is another song that could go to iTunes, Spotify, any digital site, and purchase that one. Any digital site, yeah.
All right. I put Console My Soul in this digital lab. I know I did it. And after reviewing it, which I enjoyed it, that's a real song, too. I tell you, she's really singing. And I looked to play it, and I can't find it. So the devil hid it from me. But when I find it, I'll play it. But I'll just give you my. I've been doing music a long time, over 50-some years, 55. Console My Soul is a winner. Yeah. You need to go and buy it. That's definitely true.
You.
Yeah, definitely true. So, matter of fact, hold on a second. Yeah. Console My Soul, ring the bell. You need to go get it. And you need to get it now. Matter of fact, now, because some of y'all need your souls consoled after going through all these issues with Satan giving you the problems that he's been giving you. And that for the woman who's with some dude, mama told you not to be bothered with him, he ain't in church, you're unequally yoked, giving you problems, or you're trying to go out and worship God, you need your soul consoled. Good God Almighty.
You do. Yes, that's right. That's right.
He's putting his hands on you. You need your soul. And my wife put her hands on me sometime, and I say, Lord, console my soul. I can't run out the house faster. Because he went up to New York.
So you think the people? Do you think the people need a video for Console My Soul?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I can put my wife in it. Show her flexing her muscles and whatnot, and she is trying to jack me up.
Oh God!
And I reach out with my left hand. I say, Lord, console my soul.
Oh God!
Yeah, you need help.
I'll be all right. Sometimes you have to go through some things in this life.
You do.
But I love the Lord.
Okay, you better be careful tonight.
I ain't scared. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Ramona Moore, ex-police, ex-Marine. Ooh, I ain't scared of nobody. Yeah. Okay. Matter of fact, that's part of my profile. Fearless.
Okay.
If you don't see me no more, you know what happened. I was under influence. Dear God. There's only one way out of the house.
Amen.
Somebody help me. I have sinned. I guess I won't get no dinner tonight.
No dinner, no nothing.
As long as I got leftovers in the refrigerator, I'll be all right. Yeah.
Leftovers run out.
Oh, Ramona Moore, you a troublemaker.
Just on the Queen.
No, she didn't. I'm gonna have to screen these guest artists in the future so I can make sure. Matter of fact, next month I'll have all hip hop artists, and most of them will be men. Yeah, and I'll get we shall get retribution back.
Okay.
Yeah. Prepare that for that, Queen. Yeah, I got some gospel gangsters.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be all right. Yeah. Don't mess with the music man. And if you want to talk to me, you can email musicmanmedia58@gmail.com. Well, we're down to 19 seconds, I tell you. So it's been a ride here. We clap our hands for the great Ramona Moore from Louisiana. Yes, sir. All right. Well, let's see here. Got to find my. I think I'm gonna be in trouble. Got to find my song here, so I can end this program.
Yeah.
Before Apostle Donna Walton gets mad at me for holding.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna blame you, actually.
You can blame me. Hey.
And I will. Thank you. I got you on tape. Saying it, so it's okay. All right. God bless you. Take care. Listen, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.